think we're gonna. Thank you very much. My name is Jack O'Malley, State Representative from the 101st. And this has been a labor of love for the last year and a half, 2 years. And I believe that many people here at the podium today and the representative of this group from both the legislature and the executive branch, as well as various industry leaders, really illustrates the importance of the issue at hand. When I talk with people and families across the 4 counties I represent, they tell me how difficult it is to find reliable child care services. These are the hard-working people who are trying to make a living, pay their bills and support their families, but the care they need for their children isn't available. So they face difficult choices. Do they take time away from the job? Are they using up vacation time? Do they take themselves out of the workforce entirely? These shouldn't be choices that have to be made. Access to child care close to home and to work is what many parents in Michigan not only need, but deserve. The issue is not new. It has been getting worse for years, as all providers, but especially in-home, have found it harder to stay in business. Upwards to half of the in-home daycares in our state have given up. These are primarily female-run, and their business decisions adversely affect moms and young families. The pandemic has helped bring this long-standing decline out of the shadows. This is also a workforce issue, and there are members here today from our business community who will tell you of the enormity of this as an economic license slots at centers that serve children younger than 2.5 years. This is not a system that's working for hard-working people in our state. These measures provide needed updates and increase access to get more families these vital services. It's overdue help, but I, for one, want our families and providers statewide to know one thing, if you take anything from today. We hear you, and we are going to get this done. Now, before I turn it over to Governor Whitmer, I want to thank a couple of people specifically, because this sort of stuff doesn't just happen, you know, with the representatives. I want to turn it over to Governor Whitmer for more thoughts on these efforts. We'll also be able to take questions after everybody's done speaking. Governor?
All right, thank you, Representative. I appreciate it, and I am glad to be here with a bipartisan group of leaders who are ready to tackle one aspect of many that we need to work on to support working families in the state of Michigan. And this is a great day. So Representatives Breen and Curry and Wakeman and Jim Workham, there are so many who have been a part of this effort, and I'm grateful for your leadership. So I'm honored to be standing here today. Earlier this year, a diverse and bipartisan coalition came together around a common goal, and that is to ensure every family in Michigan has access to quality, affordable child care that meets their needs. Working families have long relied on child care to support their children's early development and to make their lives better. COVID has been a reminder that child care is truly essential to our economy too. The problem is that there are simply not nearly enough quality affordable child care opportunities that meet the needs of Michigan families. Data shows that child care is the single biggest monthly expense for lower income working families and children. The issue is personal for so many of us. It's personal for me. As a member of the sandwich generation, as a first-term legislator, and a second term I had each of my children during the first and second term, I took some time to hear from my mom during that same time who was trying to hold down my job, represent my constituents, and take care of my kids. And in the middle of all of that, my child care provider told me she was retiring with 2 days' notice. And like so many families, we were scrambling to try to figure it out. This is an invaluable part of our economy and necessary for so many families. Now today my kids are grown, but I know that there are so many parents with young children who continue to deal with the challenges of the last 15 months on top of all the other stressors of being working parents. So I'm proud to be standing here today with lawmakers and advocates who are fighting to make child care work for more Michigan families. Whether it's on the campaign trail or at our own kitchen tables, child care is an issue that comes up time and time again. Representative O'Malley and I were just talking about it. In Traverse City, It is affordable housing and childcare. So we got to work on both those fronts. And that's true in many parts of our state. On Monday, I announced my plan to invest $1.4 billion to strengthen our childcare industry and to support Michigan families. To make childcare more widely available, I propose we offer grants to expand existing providers and open new sites, pay providers more, make childcare more affordable. We need to make 150,000 more children eligible for low or no-cost childcare by expanding income eligibility to 200% of the poverty level, expanding innovative pilot projects like TriShare, and offer all student parents enrolled in Reconnect or Futures for Frontrunners access to low or no-cost childcare as well. This is how we increase the percent of children in high-quality care. We need to invest in our early educators as well, offer premium pay and sign-on bonuses to childcare professionals, provide more access to tuition-free education, training for individuals looking to grow into this profession, and strengthening quality, specific focus on supporting childcare professionals. This bill package, in addition to the budget that I proposed, would take us huge steps forward and focus on a stronger, more sustainable childcare industry that can meet the needs of our kids and their families. Common sense reforms like this bill package will help more childcare providers maintain and manage their small businesses while they can prioritize the health, safety, and welfare of our kids. It includes targeted efforts to open and expand childcare sites in communities where there just simply isn't enough to meet current needs. And I just want to make sure that people know this bill package it really has great promise, and I'm excited about it. But now one bill package solves the problem that we've been grappling with as a society and as a state. But this is a strong start. So I'm grateful to the lawmakers who came together to make this a reality, who worked so closely with Laura and my team. This is a meaningful, thoughtful way to proceed. And I want to thank all the childhood experts, business leaders and partners at the department for your expertise and your work and for that can help us with our economic jumpstart as we return back to normal. And with that, it's my pleasure to hand it over to Representative Kelly Whitmer.
Thank you everyone for being here. Of course, I have to follow the governor, which is always a tough task, but I want to thank her also for her support in this endeavor. A few years ago, the only remotely affordable childcare I could find near my home in Novi was a wonderful in-home provider. And by affordable, I mean it was between $9,000 to $12,000 a year for 2 days a week for both of my kids. And that was only during the school year. This wonderful provider, unfortunately, was unable to sustain her business, and we found ourselves scrambling in the middle of the school year to find someone new. What our family experienced pales in comparison to what Michiganders have gone through since the pandemic. But this has been a long-standing problem even before that. Starting and sustaining an in-home daycare is a Herculean task. In some areas of Michigan have been hit even harder. Escada County has seen a sharp decline over the years, loss of about 62% of their spaces. 10 counties, as Rep. O'Malley mentioned, all outside of southeast Michigan do not have any licensed slots for children younger than 30 months. This package of bills will help address that. In Oakland County right now, it costs approximately $25,000 a year for full-time care for an infant and a toddler. That is flat out unaffordable. Many of my friends that I personally know have made that tough decision to either work and maybe just keep their job open, and all of their money was going towards childcare. It was either that or stay home with the kids and leave the workforce. Additionally, the percent of children receiving a childcare subsidy has declined approximately 65% over the last 2 decades. At least 44% of Michiganders live in childcare deserts. This is the beginning of a significant and necessary work for our kids, our working parents, caregivers, and providers. The bill that I have in this particular package stems from what I and many other parents have observed with in-home providers. We want them focused on our kids, not have to navigate through multiple agencies and red tape just to stay open. My bill will enhance current organizations and create additional family child care networks throughout the state. These will be one-stop shops for guidance and assistance to ensure safety and compliance, obtain financial curriculum support. These networks will help provide training and technical help, engage new providers, and reduce the size of these childcare deserts to make these businesses more sustainable. Early education and quality care are essential for our young ones. We don't want the caregivers worrying about subsidy billing or tax preparation. We want them focused on helping our kids learn and grow. Or if it's my children, to maybe help them learn to put their shoes on the first or maybe the 5th time that they are asked. I need to address that this bipartisan package addresses very real solutions to very, very real problems. And I thank my colleagues, especially Representative O'Malley, for their leadership and work on this. Governor Whitmer and her team, especially Emily Laidlaw and Michelle Richard, have been invaluable in creating this work group to take a serious crack at this long-standing problem. Good things are happening in Lansing, and I look forward to our continued work together from across the aisle to help the entire state. Thank you, and I'd like to introduce my colleague, Representative Perry.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ranjeev Puri. I represent the 21st House District, which is Canton, Van Buren Township, and Belleville. It's a really exciting day, and I am thrilled to be part of this bipartisan package tackling childcare here in Michigan. I suppose it's only fitting, but I nearly missed today's press conference due to my own childcare issues. But as my colleagues have already mentioned and highlighted, childcare is an expensive burden affecting families all across Michigan. Childcare, in fact, is the single largest expense for Michigan working families, and that is entirely unacceptable. This problem was only exacerbated during the pandemic when we saw the necessity of finding quality childcare and the burden that that can have on our society. The announcement today could not come at a more critical time. As we turn the corner from this pandemic and we look to strengthen our economy, it is absolutely imperative that we ease the burden for parents to get back to work, especially for working mothers who were disproportionately affected during the pandemic, and where we saw hundreds of thousands of women leave the workforce to take care of their kids at home. The problem, though, is multi-layered. We have an accessibility and an affordability issue. We have providers who are unable to fill their staffing needs, who are unable to pay a living wage. We have parents who cannot find the care that meets their needs. As a father of 2 small boys of my own who are in child care, I know firsthand how expensive this can be. In my district alone, it costs us nearly $25,000 to send our 2 kids to pre-K and toddler care. And the costs only go up more for infant care. This is entirely unsustainable and a big problem. But this package does a lot, and my bill in particular uses federal grants and state funds to help improve quality and access for infant toddler care, and allows a contract model that covers the cost of care. Child care access and affordability looks entirely different in different areas and communities around the state. Because of this, we must remember that the core of child care reform in Michigan must have a strong focus on equity, the recognition of the impact on the racial inequities on economic securities in communities of color, as well as the high number of child deserts that exist in rural communities across the state. Our package today is a step in the right direction for working families, but while there's so much still left to do, this bipartisan package shows that we're able to put our political differences aside and take care of our kids. I look forward to continuing to work to find more solutions, and thank you to everyone and my colleagues and all the stakeholders, as we've mentioned. Emily and Michelle, thank you so much for all of your work in helping put this together. And with that, I'd like to call on my colleague, Representative Van Workum. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Van Workum, I represent Michigan and Muskegon County. Pre-pandemic, when we were at full employment, affordable child care was a top 3 issue for employers. Post-pandemic, child care is front and center in getting our state back to normal. Michigan needs to get this right for now and in the future. We have a highly educated workforce, mostly women, sitting on the sidelines not because they do not want to work, because they have done the math at the family table and determined it did not make financial sense to work. Much of my efforts have been in the Child Care Tri-Share pilot program, and I want to thank the governor for her request to increase funding for the project, as I believe we need more innovation and local engagement to truly be successful and build a model that works for our communities. The package before us today listens to the providers and breaks down the barriers they are facing every day and makes it easier for entrepreneurs to open up new child care facilities. This provides more choice for parents and more options for each individual child. Specifically, the bill I'm introducing will make sure we have quality care by preventing providers with a history of poor performance from gaming the system. Quality child care engages the parent, the provider, the employer, and the community. And when all these groups have skin in the game, there is accountability which will improve outcomes for our children. I appreciate all the work that has been put into this package and look forward to working with everyone moving forward. Thank you. I have the pleasure of introducing Stacy Piper from the Northern Michigan Chamber Alliance.
Thank you. My name is Stacy Piper, Chair of the Northern Michigan Chamber Alliance. This is an exciting day for the Northern Michigan Chamber Alliance because today we stand with our legislative leaders and the governor in unveiling a bipartisan package to chip away at the barriers to accessing quality child care. The Northern Michigan Chamber Alliance represents over 7,000 member businesses, and we see quality child care as a major obstacle to our businesses, employing the talent that they so desperately need. Our organization has made quality child care one of our top priorities for 2021. As a chamber president and CEO, and a mother of 2 young children, Ellie and Ruby, who are watching today, my husband and I have personally encountered the challenges of finding child care. Our family has also experiencing the benefits of having great child care every day that has provided the opportunity for both of us to have engaging professional careers, while knowing that our daughters are taken care of. This is something we want for all working families. Access for so many individuals has only become more complicated during the COVID-19 pandemic. We are currently experiencing a regional and statewide talent shortage, and employers and all are addressing challenges to get people back to work, and that includes child care. These bills offer a significant first step in providing regulatory reform and support for small business owners in child care industry to make it easier to stay in business and help them build capacity, provide families greater access to quality child care. The Alliance is here to help move forward these reforms. We stand ready to continue our work together to support child care providers, our families, and our employers. Thank you again to our legislative leaders and our governor for making quality child care a priority. Now I'd like to introduce Alexa Kramer, Director of Government Affairs for the Grand Rapids Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning. My name is Alexa Kramer. I am the Director of Government Affairs for the Grand Rapids Chamber. We have been a longtime advocate for child care, seeing it as both an early education and workforce development legislative priority. It has been an honor to lead in this space on behalf of the West Michigan business community. We are encouraged to see this legislation and action around child care. This is a business issue. It is our responsibility to lean in and find solutions. This legislation is critical as it seeks to address common sense regulatory reform and targeted supply building to boost our child care industry. This is legislation that will benefit our children, our families, our child care providers, and our business community. Improving child care is good for both children and adults, and working to make Michigan a leader on this issue will make us even more competitive and more compassionate. The Grand Rapids Chamber thanks the leadership of Representative Jacqueline Malley, all of the bill sponsors, and of course Governor Whitmer for her dedication to child care. We look forward to continuing our work with stakeholders to put Michigan on the map as a leader in child care. I'd like to introduce Matt Gillard, CEO of Michigan's Children.
Thank you, Alexa. I am Matt Gillard. I'm the President and CEO of Michigan's Children. Michigan's Children is a nonprofit child policy and advocacy organization. We're focused on the pursuit of public policies in the best interest of children from cradle to career. In furtherance of that, one of the areas we focus a lot of our attention on is child care. And I want to talk today about opportunity, and really in a couple of different ways. I believe that we at Michigan right now, and the leaders behind me and Governor Whitmer, have a historic opportunity to make some significant investments into our child care system and reform to our child care system to bring us back in line. For far too long, Michigan has trailed behind neighboring states and other states throughout the country in investment and support of our child care system. And unfortunately, working families and child care providers have felt the brunt of that lack of attention and prioritization from our state to our child care system. So with the support from the federal government and the funding that we have available and these policy reforms that are being discussed here, we have a historic opportunity to change a lot of that and to get us on the right track towards significant improvements to our child care system. And so we're very grateful for that. I also want to talk about what I think is a short-term opportunity that particularly the people in the room and the people behind me have today. I've been around this building a long time, been around this politics in Michigan for a long time, and for far too long we've let the easy, what should be easy, get tangled up with the hard things, and seeing a result of that is a lack of accomplishment or a lack of moving forward. This should be easy. We have significant federal dollars flowing in. We have some common sense agreed upon policy discussions around these bills, and we have bipartisan support and business leader support, advocacy support for a lot of these things. So this should be what's easy. And I really call upon these elected officials, I commend them for the steps that they've taken thus far, but to not let this get entangled. I'm sure they'll find hard things that they're going to fight about in this budget process as we move forward, and I'm sure we advocates will weigh in on those as well. But let's move forward with what should be easy, get this done, move forward, and then we can decide about what we want to fight about moving forward. So I want to thank Representative O'Malley, all the legislators behind me, the governor, and everybody else, the business community for really, jumping in full force on child care issues. We're at a good place right now on this issue in Michigan, and we really look forward to continuing to move forward beyond just this and what we can do next for our child care industry.
All right, we'll open to questions here in just a quick second, but I want to maybe just follow up on what everybody here has said. These are 8 pieces of legislation. There's some administrative goals that the governor's office is going to work on, and this is just the beginning. I don't know how many times I've talked to different groups, and we explain these bills, and yeah, but what about this? My wife is sick of me hearing me say this. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So that's what we're doing. Let's move forward. Let's get this done. It's a great start, but there's much more to come. So with that, we've got a great group here that can answer questions. I'll try to answer any questions. We open it up. If call on you, please speak nice and loud. This is a room that the acoustics are a little shaky. So please and thank you, and love to chat with you. I saw your hand first, sir.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the bills addresses the public disclosure of previous violations. I know that the intent of that is to keep those online at least for a limited amount of time, as to not paint providers in a bad light, especially if they fix their issues. But does that do a service to parents and kids? Don't you want parents and kids getting the full scope of information about the facility, even if they had decades-old violations? So
I guess I'd answer it this way. Yes, we want families to know what's going on. We also owe something to our providers, too. Federal law says 3 years is where we're at, so we kind of just let things hang on for a long time. If there was a special investigation, it would say there was a special investigation. We're going to make sure that on there it says nothing was found. So I think it is, to your point, yes, of course we want families to know, but we also want them to have current information and information that makes sense so they can make those decisions. And I think that this is a way to clean that up and not maybe have something that was lingering from years ago that had been taken care of, but because it's there, well, it must have just happened, because sometimes people read things and they don't necessarily read it all the way through or check the date that it was 1976, So I think that's something that's very important in that bill.
Is it your intent and everyone involved's intent that these reforms move in tandem with what the government proposed yesterday as far as investments in child care, or do you guys see this as a separate thing?
Separate and equal. I think that these bills we have to go through the committee process, and I think that I have great faith in our budget partners in the House, the Senate, and the governor's office. And I think there will be robust discussion, and I believe that money will, in the end, be spent properly. So I think that has its own timeline, and our bills have their timeline. But in the end, they will meet up, and be very complimentary. Sir.
Thanks, Representative. I don't know if this is for you or Matt Dillard or both, but you talked about this is the easy part. What's the hard part? What school needs to be?
Well, I don't know if this was the easy part.
It's easy for me to say.
Yeah, with all due respect. You know, we've had some, I don't want to call them knockdown dragouts, but we've had some differences of opinion in all of these discussions. But we all knew the goal, and we all compromised a little here or there. So I think that from a legislative standpoint, I believe my colleagues that are here with me, and I think my colleagues that are in the House and the Senate, get where we're at here. And you know, one of the things about childcare, it's been scuttled for a lot of years. And COVID was a terrible thing, but I think we all know that some good has come out of that bad. And some of that good is it has, one, brought the lack of child care out of the shadows, and two, it's brought $1.4 billion. And this is a grand opportunity to jumpstart and get maybe a lot of these providers who've left the business will be able to give them grants and different proposals to get them back into it. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Hey, Rick, when I said that, I was
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So they can hear.
Sorry, what I was referring to was the broader context of the budget discussions, right? I mean, I'm sure they're going to find things, hopefully not related to children, but that they can fight about in the broader context of the budget discussions. There's a general agreement, I think, from a lot of the folks, that have been involved in this on the child care aspect of the ARPA funds and moving forward. And so that's what I was referring to as the easier side from, I'm talking the broader context of the budget discussions.
There will always be something to fight about. Yes, ma'am.
In the House's proposal, I spent that $1.4 billion. They tied the money to limits on the government transfer power. Are you guys willing to uncouple that in order to get the money moving, or are you pretty set on that?
Well, I would say that, as I've told other folks who've asked that question, you know, it's all in negotiations, right? And anybody who's been around Lansing for any length of time knows that the House comes in with their plan, the Senate comes in with their plan, and the governor comes in with her plan. And they talk it over, and things come and go. So, you know what? I'm not in those conversations, but as I said, I suspect that we're going to have a pretty agreeable discussion and decision down the road. So I'm hopeful that we'll have good, robust spending. So I'm not too worried about it. Those discussions are happening probably as we speak, or should be. See if anybody else has a question. I'll come back to you. Anybody? Paul? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the provision related to home-based providers. How much would you raise the limit on how many children they can care for in a home?
The question was on my bill, the ratio bill. That was, so right now, Michigan has a 1 adult to 6 child ratio. Primarily that's in home. What I heard right from the start, so I got to this by knocking doors. 3.5, 4 years ago, as a candidate, I heard that it was roads, I heard it was car insurance, and then there was this pesky third child care thing. You know, I'm great. I'm not worried about little kids, right? So I didn't know. And so I sat down and started having roundtables with parents and with providers. And one of the things that kept coming back was, if we could raise our ratio by 1, it would do lots of things. So it would allow the provider, obviously, one more to maybe make a little more money to keep them floating. But also it gives one more slot for a parent. And think about this. This is an issue that I'm sure a lot of parents realize. You've got 2 children. One's a little younger, one's a little bit older. One's now off in school. You've got that child that's still in daycare. What do you do with the older child before and after school? This would allow that child, maybe those siblings, to be together in that daycare, where now they can't be because of a rule. And the other thing is, rules are rules, but why are they rules here and why aren't they rules there? 23 other states, as I remember, maybe it's 21, 24, I don't know, right around there, have higher ratios than Michigan. So it's not that I think that it's anything crazy or out of the question. We're allowing one more child. And this is a person who has been in business, I think it's 28 months. So we know that they're a honest, hardworking, following all the rules. So I think it's just, you know, we use the word common sense. I think this is one of those common sense things. One more and then we'll come back.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, so just want to clarify, a lot of you mentioned the cost of childcare being one of the prohibiting factors in accessing it. Are there any specific policy changes that are made to address some of the costs, or is that coming more from the appropriation side of this process?
I would say that it's appropriations, also by way of administrative changes that we might be able to help there. Also with the, by getting more providers back in the business, you know, now there's, hopefully will be more slots available. Also, if we can trim back some of this regulation, like the 90-day, we haven't even talked about that, the 90-day window when a rule is enacted. So that gives, especially that in-home provider, I always use the name Susie Smith, an opportunity to make adjustments and get things done. Because these rules, they come with a price tag. And if we can start to eliminate or lessen some of these regulations, I think will help bring the cost down, because the cost of operating your business, and remember, daycares are small businesses, will help that bottom line issue as well. You have a thought on appropriations?
Sure. Yeah, as the representative said, I think these are two parallel tracks that are going on the same with the appropriations. I think one of the things we're doing here with this statutory and regulatory changes is trying to, you know, create some more marketplace into that child care business by getting more entrepreneurs, getting more people to open these facilities. That's one of the major barriers here, is we can't get people back into this system, whether they close and want to reopen or start a new business, particularly in the home. We got a lot of folks from the northern part of the state here, where northern providers, it's usually daycare in the home, and a lot of the issues that we hear from them is some of that regulatory stuff, some of the paperwork stuff that's really preventing them from getting into that place. So the more providers that we can get into this space, the more affordable it will become and the more accessible that will become.
You're up, sir.
Thank you. What about that this is a lot of money, but it is basically, you know, one time, and the government's talked about this, you talked about this. Is there a sustainability aspect of this funding plan?
I would say, again, the sustainability is, hey, we've got this money. So, and we're way down on our numbers, if you will. There just aren't as many businesses open. So if we can use this federal money to stimulate, to get these people back, to offer grants, to help with liaisons and networks, what we'll do is we'll create a business that can now sustain itself. And yes, I think that there are some things. One of the things I worried about is if we get to the stimulus money, when it disappears, what do? Well, I think we're seeing more federal money coming in. There is discussion of raising some of the subsidy levels to a bit more from where they're at now. So those are discussions that can be had as we move forward. But if we don't move forward, we're standing still. So let's get going here with what we can do, and we're not going to solve the issue as soon as these all get signed by Governor Whitmer someday. But we've started, and that's the key, is how we're moving forward. We're moving forward.
Yeah, great. As the loan appropriations member, I thought I'd touch base on this. What's interesting or pleasing is I don't think we're too far off in that we're both talking about the same issue as it comes to the House and Senate and Governor. Some of the plans that the Governor put forward yesterday were included in the General Government Subcommittee budget about helping daycare providers with grants for either startup or some state mandates that they need to do. And I saw that was in the governor's plan yesterday. So there is some similarities that is interesting. One of the things we didn't talk about today, but the governor mentioned and I mentioned, was also the Share pilot program, which we think could develop into a different model for the state that works with local hubs, works with local groups, and that would kind of change the approach that we have for childcare. So there's multiple levels, I guess, is what I want to say here. We're working on statutory, we're working on different creative ways through the appropriations process to come up with a solution that works for the state.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we have one online. The governor's budget proposal specifies specific ways the state should spend in federal aid for child care. Others have proposed sending the money out in large grants. Which approach do you support?
I support whatever our appropriations discussions put forward, because that is their job, and they are having those discussions, and I think that we'll get there. So I'll just go with that. That's their discussion. We're working on policy right now. No other questions from our online folks?
Dave,
oh, you're blocked by the light. I'm sorry. There's a glow about you.
Sorry. I just want to ask about this first provision with the multi-use buildings. Can you talk about what the restriction is right now? Is this an aim to get businesses to open up childcare facilities, or just be able to place them in places where there are other businesses?
I'll answer briefly, and then I'll let Rob, because that's his bill. But the idea is, let's bring, we've got lots of empty strip malls. If that's a place that we can have a child care center, maybe bringing the child care to the worker, why not? Let's adjust those rules. Still make sure the buildings are safe. Let's just make more opportunities and maybe bring that child care closer to where people are actually working. So, Rob, I know you've been working on that.
Thank you. Yeah, in my area, Traverse City, Michigan, Grand Traverse County, we have a lot of strip malls, businesses downtown. This brings more opportunity for them to work downtown and have their children close by. It just gives a lot more options, and it's a tool that the governments can use. They don't have to, but certainly it's available to them.
All right, I think we've got some committees and things people have to get to, so we'll be around here. Hang around if you have a specific question for any individual. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer. But otherwise, thank you very much for being here today. This is a first big step, and I'm thrilled that we made it. So thank you very much for coming today.